Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, I will tell you a story how Emily spent her day from sunrise to bedtime. And at the end of the story, you will see some vocabulary which will be useful in your daily life conversation with examples. Trust me, this is the best way to improve your spoken English. Listen carefully. Emily's day. From sunrise to bedtime. Morning. Emily woke up as the first light of dawn streamed into her room, painting the walls with soft golden hues. She lingered in bed for a moment, savoring the warmth of her blanket. Today felt like it would be a good day. After a few minutes, she stretched her arms above her head, feeling the slight pull in her muscles. The fresh morning air drifted in through the open window, carrying with it the sweet scent of the flowers in her garden. Slowly, Emily got out of bed and slipped her feet into her cozy slippers. She walked to the bathroom, where she splashed her face with cool water, instantly feeling more awake. She looked at herself in the mirror and smiled. It was her way of starting the day on a positive note. She brushed her teeth thoroughly, enjoying the minty freshness that lingered afterward. Feeling refreshed, Emily headed to her closet to pick out her clothes. She chose a soft, yellow sweater and a pair of comfortable jeans. Yellow always lifted her mood, reminding her of sunshine and happiness. After getting dressed, she gently brushed her hair, letting it fall in soft waves over her shoulders. She added a touch of perfume, a light floral scent that made her feel elegant. With her morning routine done, Emily made her way to the kitchen. The house was quiet, and the only sound was the ticking of the clock on the wall. She decided to make herself a hearty breakfast. She started by boiling some water for tea. As the water heated, she prepared a bowl of oatmeal, adding slices of banana and a drizzle of honey on top. The combination of the sweet fruit and the warm oats was one of her favorites. While the oatmeal cooked, she toasted a slice of bread and spread a layer of avocado on it, sprinkling a pinch of salt and pepper for flavor. She carried her breakfast to the small dining table by the window. The view outside was lovely. Trees swaying gently in the breeze, and the sky a clear, brilliant blue. Emily took a sip of her tea, letting the warmth spread through her. She loved these quiet moments in the morning, where she could gather her thoughts and prepare for the day ahead. As she ate, she thought about her plans. She had a few errands to run, but there was also time for some relaxation and perhaps a new adventure. Mid-morning. After breakfast, Emily washed the dishes, enjoying the simple act of cleaning. The warm water on her hands and the scent of lemon dish soap made the task pleasant. Once everything was tidy, she put on her shoes and grabbed her bag, ready to head out for the day. Her first stop was the local market. The walk to the market was one of Emily's favorite parts of her day. The path was lined with tall, old trees that provided shade and a sense of peace. Birds fluttered from branch to branch, singing cheerful tunes. Emily breathed deeply, enjoying the crisp, fresh air. It was still early, so the streets were relatively quiet, with only a few people out and about. When she arrived at the market, the stalls were just opening. Fresh fruits and vegetables were laid out in colorful displays, their vibrant hues catching the morning light. Emily walked slowly, taking in the sights and smells. She picked up some ripe tomatoes, a bunch of fresh basil, and a loaf of crusty bread from her favorite bakery stall. The baker, an elderly woman with a warm smile, handed her the bread with a cheerful, "Good morning, dear." As she continued browsing, Emily came across a stall selling handmade jewelry. Intrigued, she stopped to look. The pieces were delicate and beautiful silver earrings, shaped like leaves, necklaces with tiny sparkling stones, and bracelets woven with colorful threads. After a bit of browsing, she decided to buy a simple silver bracelet with a small charm shaped like a star. It was elegant, yet understated, and Emily thought it would be a nice addition to her collection. With her purchases in hand, Emily left the market and headed toward the park. The sun was higher in the sky now, and the day was warming up. She found a bench near the fountain where she could sit and enjoy the morning. The sound of water splashing was soothing, and she watched as children played nearby, their laughter echoing in the air. Emily took out a book from her bag, a novel she had just started. The story was about a woman who traveled through Europe, discovering new places and meeting interesting people along the way. Emily loved how the author described each location so vividly, making her feel as if she were there herself. Early afternoon, after enjoying her time at the pottery class, Emily decided to explore more of the neighborhood around the studio. It was an area she didn't visit often, so everything felt new and exciting. She walked down a street lined with small shops and cafes, each one with its own unique charm. As she strolled along, something caught her eye. A small independent bookstore with a beautifully decorated storefront. The window display featured an array of books, all carefully arranged around a cozy-looking armchair, as if inviting passers-by to come in and take a seat. Emily couldn't resist the temptation and stepped inside. The scent of old paper and fresh coffee greeted her, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere. The bookstore was small, but packed with books of every kind. There were shelves filled with novels, poetry, travel guides, and cookbooks. In the corner, a little reading nook was set up with plush chairs and a soft rug. The soft hum of quiet conversations and the rustle of pages, turning, added to the peaceful ambience. Emily wandered through the aisles, running her fingers over the spines of the books. She loved the feel of a book in her hands, the weight of it, and the promise of a new story waiting to be discovered. After browsing for a while, she found herself in the travel section. Her eyes lit up when she saw a book titled Time's Hidden Gems of Europe. Asterisk. It was filled with beautiful photographs and descriptions of lesser-known places across Europe, quaint villages, hidden beaches, and historic towns that weren't on the usual tourist trails. It sparked her sense of adventure, and she decided to buy it, imagining future travels where she could explore these hidden treasures. With her new book in hand, Emily made her way to the cafe section at the back of the bookstore. It was a cozy space with a few tables and a small counter where a barista was busy making drinks. Emily ordered a chai latte, one of her favorites, with its blend of spices and creamy milk. She found a seat by the window where she could watch people walking by outside, while enjoying her drink and flipping through her new book. As she sat there sipping her chai latte, Emily felt a deep sense of contentment. She loved how her day was unfolding, full of small adventures and unexpected pleasures. She spent about an hour in the bookstore, savoring the peacefulness of the space and getting lost in the pages of her book. Before leaving, she picked up a bookmark from the counter, a little keepsake from this lovely afternoon. Mid-afternoon, after leaving the bookstore, Emily decided to visit a nearby art gallery. She had read about a new exhibition that was opening today. Featuring local artists, the gallery was just a short walk away. And as she approached, she noticed the colorful banners outside announcing the event. The gallery was bright and spacious, with large windows letting in natural light that illuminated the artwork on display. As Emily entered, she was greeted by the curator, who handed her a program detailing the exhibition. The gallery was divided into several rooms, each one showcasing different styles and mediums. There were paintings, sculptures, photography, and even some mixed media pieces. Emily started in the first room, which featured landscape paintings by a local artist known for capturing the beauty of the surrounding countryside. The paintings were vibrant and full of life, with sweeping views of fields, forests, and rivers. Emily admired the way the artist used color and light to create a sense of depth and movement. As she moved on to the next room, she found herself drawn to a series of black and white photographs. The images were stark and dramatic, capturing moments of everyday life in the city. People walking in the rain, children playing in the park, and old man sitting alone on a bench. The simplicity of the photographs spoke to Emily, conveying a quiet beauty in the ordinary. In the final room, Emily discovered something truly unique. Sculptures made entirely out of recycled materials. The artist had taken old, discarded objects and transformed them into stunning works of art. There was a sculpture of a bird made from metal scraps, its wings outstretched as if about to take flight. Another piece was a large abstract structure that seemed to twist and turn, creating interesting shadows on the walls. Emily was fascinated by the creativity and skill that went into making these sculptures, turning what others might see as trash into something beautiful and meaningful. Before leaving the gallery, Emily spent a few moments in the gift shop, where she picked up a postcard featuring one of the landscape paintings she had admired earlier. It would be a nice reminder of her visit. Late afternoony, feeling inspired by the art, Emily decided to take a walk along the river before heading home. The river was a peaceful place, with a wide path that ran alongside it, perfect for a leisurely stroll. The sun was beginning to lower in the sky, casting a warm golden light over the water. The surface of the river shimmered, reflecting the colors of the sky, soft pinks, oranges, and blues. As she walked, Emily noticed a few people out on the water in small boats, lazily drifting along. She stopped to watch them for a while, enjoying the serene scene. Further along the path, she came across a small wooden dock where a group of teenagers were fishing. They were laughing and chatting, occasionally casting their lines into the water. Emily smiled at their youthful energy, reminded of her own carefree days. Continuing her walk, Emily came to a small park that bordered the river. It was a hidden gem, tucked away from the main roads and traffic. The park was full of old towering trees that provided ample shade, making it a cool, refreshing spot even on a warm day. There were a few families scattered around, having picnics or playing games. Emily found a quiet bench under a large oak tree and sat down, enjoying the tranquility of the park. From her seat, she had a clear view of the river, as well as a small flower garden that someone had carefully tended to. The flowers were in full bloom, a riot of colors: reds, yellows, purples, and pinks. Butterflies flitted from flower to flower, and bees buzzed busily collecting nectar. Emily found it mesmerizing, this little slice of nature in the middle of the city. She took out her notebook, something she always carried with her, and began to jot down some thoughts. She loved to write. Nothing fancy, just observations about the day. Ideas for stories or reflections on life. Writing helped her process her thoughts and gave her a sense of clarity. Today she wrote about the art she had seen. As she wrote, Emily felt a gentle breeze pick up, rustling the leaves of the trees above her. The air was cooling as the day began to wind down, and she felt a sense of calm and contentment. She stayed in the park until the sun began to set, watching as the sky changed colors and the world around her started to quiet down. Early evening. After leaving the park, Emily decided to make one more stop before heading home. A visit to a friend who lived nearby. Her friend Sarah had recently moved into a new apartment, and Emily hadn't had a chance to see it yet. She had promised to drop by soon, and today felt like the perfect day to catch up. Sarah's apartment was in a charming old building with a red brick exterior and ivy climbing up the walls. Emily admired the architecture as she rang the doorbell. Sarah greeted her with a big smile and a warm hug, inviting her inside. The apartment was cozy and full of character, with high ceilings, wooden floors, and large windows that let in plenty of light. Sarah had decorated the space with a mix of vintage and modern pieces, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere. They sat down in the living room, where Sarah had already prepared a small spread of snacks, cheese, crackers, olives, and grapes. She poured them each a glass of wine, and they spent the next couple of hours catching up on life. They talked about everything: work, relationships, dreams for the future. Sarah shared stories about her recent travels, and Emily told her about the pottery class and the art gallery she had visited earlier. Their conversation flowed easily, full of laughter and shared memories. Emily realized how much she had missed spending time with Sarah, and they made plans to meet more often. Before she left, Sarah gave her a small housewarming gift, a potted plant with tiny, delicate flowers. "Something to brighten up your home," she said with a smile. Evening. As Emily walked home carrying the plant carefully, the city was beginning to light up for the night. The streetlights cast a soft glow, and the windows of shops and restaurants were illuminated, giving the streets a warm, inviting feel. There was a gentle hum of activity, people heading home, others just beginning their evening out. Emily felt a sense of connection to the city, a part of the flow of life around her. When she arrived home, she placed the plant on her kitchen windowsill, where it would get plenty of light during the day. She then set about preparing a light dinner. Inspired by her visit to the market, she decided to make a simple pasta dish with the fresh tomatoes, basil, and mozzarella she had bought earlier. She boiled the pasta until it was perfectly al dente and tossed it with the diced tomatoes, torn basil leaves, and chunks of mozzarella. A drizzle of olive oil and a sprinkle of salt and pepper completed the dish. Night. After dinner, Emily decided to take a relaxing bath. She filled the tub with warm water and added some lavender-scented bubbles. The bathroom was filled with the calming scent, and Emily felt her muscles relax as she sank into the water. She closed her eyes and let the warmth surround her, washing away any stress from the day. When Emily finished her bath, she put on her softest pajamas and climbed into bed. She felt clean, relaxed, and ready for sleep. Before closing her eyes, she took a moment to think about her day. It had been a simple day, but it was filled with little moments of joy. She smiled to herself, feeling content as she drifted off to sleep. Vocabulary list. Lingering, staying in a place longer than necessary, often because of a reluctance to leave. Example: she was lingering in bed, not wanting to get up. Savoring, enjoying something completely, especially by tasting or experiencing it slowly. Example: he was savoring the rich taste of the coffee, hues, colors, or shades. Example: the room was painted in soft golden hues, hearty of a meal large and satisfying. Example: she made a hearty breakfast to start her day. Intrigued, interested, or curious about something. Example: she was intrigued by the handmade jewelry. Keepsake, an item kept as a reminder of a person, place, or event. Example: the bookmark was a keepsake from the bookstore. Ambience, the character and atmosphere of a place. Example: the cafe had a warm and inviting ambience. Al dente of pasta, cooked so as to be still firm when bitten. Example: the pasta was cooked al dente just the way she liked it. Spa-like, resembling a spa in terms of relaxation and luxury. Example: the bathroom had a spa-like feel with candles and lavender scent. Contentment, a state of happiness and satisfaction. Example: she felt a deep sense of contentment after a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed Emily's expanded day. It was full of new experiences, peaceful moments, and simple pleasures. The vocabulary list at the end includes some of the key words from the story, with examples to help you understand how to use them.